What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to give you a tour of my garden. And right now I'm going to start here with my herb bed. So in this long row right here is all cilantro. And you can see it's just starting to come up. Now I make a lot of salsa in the fall for me and my buddy. So that's all going towards that. Next to that I have lemon thyme, 2 basil plants, parsley, and rosemary. Down here is pineapple sage, and it smells so good. Over here I have Greek oregano, tarragon, and garlic chives. Now I'm spinning around behind me here. Right here is dill. I also like to can up pickles, especially hot pickles, but unfortunately I did have cucumbers growing up along this fence here, and they all died last week when we had frost. Although I did cover them up, my tomatoes and peppers lived, but the cucumbers kicked the bucket. I did go ahead and replant them, and there are a few little ones coming up. Right here I have kale. Next to that is my spinach and Swiss chard. Now I have 4 cabbage plants here and 4 cabbage plants here. I'm going to try to make my own homemade sauerkraut this fall. Coming around to this end, I have right here our French breakfast radishes, and they're actually ready to pick already. I planted these the beginning of April. Next to that is an Easter egg variety, which were really colorful and beautiful, but they still got a little ways to go. Now these 4 squares right here are cosmic purple carrots. Next to that I have a rainbow blend, and next to that is my favorite, the scarlet nantes. Now the variety of cucumbers I planted are White Wonders, Boston Pickling, and down here, Market More. Now behind me here, now half this bed right here is all garlic. Behind that I have yellow onions and white onions. They're doing pretty well. I've never had any luck growing garlic. This year, the old timers told me to plant it the last full moon of October, and by March 1st, I had garlic coming up. Now there's some weeds. Now right here I have eggplant. I just planted these a couple days ago. My seeds didn't come up, so I just bought plants. And you can see they're still kind of in shock. Right next to that I have the Prax cherry tomatoes that I got online from Ray and Rascal. Behind that I have Detroit dark red beets right here. And then the Chiyoga beets right here. I'm going to try my hand at some pickle beets like Grandma used to make. Behind that I have 4 broccoli, and little plants right here is cauliflower. Now going to grow up this trellis, but they haven't sprouted yet, I have 2 butternut squash plants. Over here are 2 acorn squash plants, and right here in the middle is celery. I'm not too hopeful that that's even going to come up. Now we'll move over to that bed. Alright guys, so this is one of my tomato and pepper beds. As you can see, the tomatoes back here, I'm trying something a little different. If all works out, I'm supposed to get 50 to 80 pounds of tomatoes per cage here. So what I did was drill holes into this little plastic trash can, buried that down into the ground, and I filled it up with composted manure. So every 2 days, I just fill that bucket up with water, and it slowly drains and feeds the tomatoes. Then once a week, you go ahead and fertilize with a water-soluble fertilizer, such as Miracle-Gro, if that's what you choose. I'm really excited to see if this works, because I need a lot of tomatoes for my tomato sauce, my canned tomatoes, my stewed tomatoes, salsa, and anything else I want to make. So in this cage right here, I have great white tomatoes. Now I've never seen a white tomato before, so I'm interested to see if it's really white or just pale green. In front of that, I have 4 cayenne peppers. Down here, I have 4 poblano peppers. In the cage behind that is one of my favorite tomatoes, the Cherokee Purple. Next to that, I have Brandywine. And the peppers in front are a Hungarian hot wax. Next to that, I have banana peppers. I love pickled banana peppers. And the tomato variety is beefsteak. Now moving on to my second pepper and tomato bed. This variety right here is a sweet Marconi. I believe it's called Golden Marconi. And behind that are Ace 55 tomatoes. Now all these pepper plants I grew from seed, except for these ones. My bell peppers did not come up. So I have an orange bell, a red bell, a green bell, and a yellow bell that I had to buy at Walmart. Behind that, I have my Big Mama Roma tomatoes. Now, I haven't grown these personally, but my buddy grew them last year, and it was a giant bush. He brought so many tomatoes to me, I didn't know what to do with them. Down here, I have jalapenos. One of them died, so I did have to buy another one. And behind that are super beefsteak tomatoes. And down here are my Anaheim peppers. Now I'm going to hopefully use these for homemade rotel. Behind that, I have my Rutger tomatoes. And they're doing the best out of all of them. Right over here, I'm doing a potato tower, and I'm going to grow red potatoes. So far, so good. Here's my 3-bin compost system. It works out pretty nice. Now in this bed I have beans. Now in these 2 rows right here I have yellow wax beans. Not all of them germinated, so I'm going to have to come back in here and fill in the empty spots. Now these 2 rows, I'm not quite sure what the beans were called. My buddy grew them last year and just gave me a bunch of his leftovers, so I just labeled them Jeff's beans. Right next to that, in these 2 rows, are the purple wax beans. Now when I planted these, apparently I forgot this whole back row, so I went ahead and planted them yesterday. Hopefully they'll catch up. Now right here, I have yellow squash, and behind that is zucchini. Now I went and dug in here to see if I actually planted any zucchini, since the yellow squash came up so fast. When I did dig through there, I found that the seeds were rotten. So I went ahead and planted some more just today. Now in this barren bed here is supposed to be asparagus. I planted it twice so far, and it has not come up. If you have any secrets about growing asparagus, let me know in the comments below. So here's a quick overview of my garden. There's my bee bath. Well guys, I hope you liked my tour of my garden in 2017. I'll be sure to give you updates this summer on what does well and what does not. If you like this video, go down below and hit the big red subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about this video or any advice about that asparagus, leave me a comment down below. Or if you just have a suggestion for a future video, feel free to share this video across your social medias. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.